All right, 77 diesel. We are slowly making this more better. I'm still waiting on gaskets. We're gonna try to get this to run as is first, and then we will do the thing. But there's other things we can be working on in the meantime. We need to go through that pump and make sure that it's not locked up, which I'm sure it is. But we're gonna get started on some stuff right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm the Oliver Man. This is a 77 diesel, 1953 variety that I got out of a junkyard. And I had all the missing pieces pretty well to put her back together. We've been slowly making it more better. And I put in a battery tray. I stuck that switch in just to not lose it. Now, we need to fix this problem. You can't steer very good with a nub. So we're gonna hope that, well, first we're gonna hope that we get the right size socket. I thought that I grabbed it, but I bet I must have had this one in the wrong slot of the case. So I'll get that, and then we'll make this happen. That should get that off of there, but we won't be out of the woods yet. I knew that would be fine. The problem's gonna be getting that hub off of there. I have had all different degrees of success with that over the years, but basically what's going to have to happen is a guy's going to have to heat it, because I don't think I'll get it off of there without doing that. Luckily the service truck is right here and it's got a torch in it, so we can probably make that happen pretty easily. Oh yeah, no drawbar yet. That's another thing we're going to fix. You really need to be back away, and what you're going to want to do is buy the cheapest hoses you can so that they leak. We'll just not get in any hurry because we're going to be here a while. That's a pretty old stout chunk of stuff. I sprayed some stuff on it. I could probably spray some more. Of course that can's out. But if I did that, in theory, it would pull some down in there. But I don't have it here, so I guess I won't. The key is really where it would be bad, and of course that's where that one spoke still is. So we'll just give it some. Come on. Now if we're lucky, we'll be able to aggressively beat it off, and then we'll be able to try to get the steering wheel loose. But what I'm saying is, I don't think we will, because I ain't got much to hit it on. And I also lost my hammer, so looks like it's just bouncing off. It's not even getting anywhere close to going in there. Come on off of there. We'll probably have to get a puller. Or cut it. Oh, it's loose on there. We might get it. Come on off of there. Loose. Oh. Ouch. Turns out if you hit the you heat rubber to super temperatures, it will in fact burn you. The temptation is to just do that, but we don't have to do that. Come on. Come on. I think we got her licked, friends. Yep. All right. Well, now we need to let that cool indefinitely, or it's going to melt off everything we worked so hard to buy, like our new steering wheel. So we'll move on to something else, the next step of the process here. All right, so our biggest flaw is we got no drawbar, but luckily through some trading with a neighbor, I got me a drawbar. And I got all the pieces to bolt it on. However, it would be in fact a smart thing to clean and tap those holes before just going hog wild, because, you know, they've been open for a long time and they're probably not in the best shape. So I will get the appropriate taps and dies and the thinking stool, and we will start in and make this happen. So you're gonna get to watch, I guess. To me, it looks like that back one is the worst. It hasn't had anything in it for a long time, which seems to be a common theme. Like, you'll find tractors and they're missing bolts. I don't know how they got by with that, because if I tried that, it would most certainly rip off of there. I'm also looking real quick. I thought maybe I could find something real cute to, you know, stick in that hole and clean it out. It might be that a wasp, one of those little mud critters, little flying mud chiggers, maybe they are the thing that made that mess in there. But these should be 5/8. So let's set up our little adjustable wrench and see what we can accomplish. But this is going to be slow going. But I want this stuff done. I want these parts screwed on so I don't have to be tripping over them. And then for number two, it's really, you need a drawbar on a dead tractor so you can have something to push against, you know, to get it where it needs to go. So that hole's coming along nicely. That's what she's in. That front one, I have a feeling, will be a fight. Why? Because it's harder to get to, you know? There we go. Bottomed out. Well, that worked out pretty decent-ish. Now if we can just get the rest of them as nice as that first one. I don't think we will, but it's a great thought to have, you know? Isn't it a nice thought? Let's give this another shot of stuff, even though we just did. Is it gonna go? I don't know about that, friends. Sometimes it's hard to get them started. Maybe they weren't bored square when they were made. More than likely what's happened is over the years a bolt pulled out or something and ruined the hole. But no, that hole's good. It's just hasn't been used in a while. I should have brought, well, I did bring, I guess. It's up here above my head. I don't have the right sockets. I should have brought the impact to be able to put that down. So we can feel like progress is being made. We can put on pieces as we finish getting the holes cleaned out. Also, I might add, I was very disappointed with the bolt selection in town. It did not work like I wanted it to. So there's some that are probably going to be grade 2, don't tell anybody. And we're just going to have to use that until we can find some grade 5s or something. But I wanted this done, so we had to go with what we could get. And you're probably gonna say, why aren't you using tap sockets? Well, I ain't got any that'll fit this size for some reason. I thought that I did, but my set doesn't go up to this. Because this is a Chinesium tap, not my snap-on tap and die set. Come on, baby doll. Sure. I'll have to switch to the other side in a minute. We can go ahead maybe and put these braces on. And I'm trying to remember, I think that the holes are not evenly spaced. So, for instance, you can only put it on like this. You can't put it on like this, because you can see why. The holes aren't quite even. So, you should be able to tell that at this point in life, because a lot of them don't have, well, what am I trying to say? A lot of them have wear on the part where the drawbar is bolted, so you can kind of tell how they're made that there's problems, you know. That's the wrong size lock wrench. I thought I brought everything I needed in this magic bag of seven. And what it's gonna make me do, it's gonna make me... These are really longer than I wanted, but again, they didn't have what I wanted. And I also, at some point, when we get this going, I will want to put on the hydraulic couplers brackets. And I can't find any. I thought I had more, but I don't right now. And they bolt on these bolts too. So, for now, we're gonna hope that we can make it with this. And if we can't, why, then we're gonna have a problem, but we're gonna have to go with it anyway. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. These should be 15s, right? Yeah. Silly thing. Socket's not wanting to play ball. Let's hope she tightens up. I did. Good. One piece down. Now, hopefully you can see that, because I can't see you. I have no idea what you can see. But we're going to clean out those holes. 3/4 holes. Let's tilt you up a little. Now you can see it more better. Let's start with the hardest way to get one. Oh, this hole feels great. That's what she said. No. So, anyway, makes you wonder if this piece was robbed recently. We're going deeper than she's used to, apparently. I can tell by the tightness. There's one. That hole was not very dirty. I mean, that was just more for housekeeping than anything. It didn't necessarily have to have that. This one is a little worse, I can tell. Okay, come on. Sure. Sure. All right. Now I probably need to go refresh, but I think I know what to do. I think this piece goes with the notch down, and then this one goes here, and then it goes like this. Should I go look at one? Probably. Am I going to? No. These are just a little bit longer too than I wanted. They had a terrible selection of bolts today. They were out of all the sizes I really wanted. Why is that playing hard to get? Don't play hard to get, you're already hard to want. Charge the battery? Nah. That's solid though. So that's got half. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, this is silly. No, we're making it. Okay. Well, what you like to do is dump more of your tools down in the dirt. The nice thing is here, when you do that, it doesn't come up covered with sand like it does out there where I was working on that Ellis Channel Bridge. You know? If you work out there, you're getting sand in it. And once you get it in, it's hard to get it out. I wonder if we might do another side tap job here in a minute to save a piece. If I get there. And you can't see what I'm talking about, but what I'm talking about is the wire channel cover on the axle. It's hanging down, and I think that actually the screw fell out. And sometimes those are impossible to get out of there, but this one's not there. Then again, what we might do is just bolt it up to the platform, and then that'll hold it up so it doesn't get destroyed. Some of you are probably saying, why don't you just put the bolt in and hammer it home? Well, because I'd like to be able to not break it off, you know? There we go. Bottomed out. All of my special fluid is oozing out of the hole, so I think that's as much as I can do. All right. All right. All right. Gonna need this, and we're gonna need one. I'll just dump it all. I'll dump it all out. I don't care. Dump her out. There's one. There's two. It looks like I forgot to paint part of it. Must have rolled off of there in some way, and I didn't see it in time. That's fine. It's cleaned up. That's all we care about. Change the battery? No. Sure. This is what I was talking about, though. Usually those are all gone and mangled up. I think what I'm gonna do, instead of trying to clean out that hole today and tap it in there, I think I'm just gonna try to get me one of them screws I use for the battery box and quickly bolt that up to the platform so it's out of our way. Yeah, maybe I should do that now, or maybe I should just ignore it. I don't know. All right, hopefully you're still recording, because I ran off and I got that other thing I was talking about, the bolt for that wire guide thing, and that kind of took me away here for a second. So, oh, I forgot to give it some nice stuff. Boy, that's a weird, there's something catching in that hole. And you can feel it. I don't know. Hopefully that cleans up good. And it's coming out easy, so can't be too bad. Tap looks clean. That one's got that feeling too, like there's a glob of something in there in a certain spot. It's catching every time we go around. Come on! Yes? Yes? Alright. What do we need here? Well, we need more than I have to give, you know. We need this piece again, and this piece again, and this again, that again. This one I actually have one grade 5 that they had, so it's gonna be a long time before this pulls anything, so it's okay. Now, for the saddity of sadness, we gotta try to get this all lined up. And I'm not real sure what would be the easiest way. Stick a bolt through the brace. That ain't gonna really work though either, is it? Boy, that didn't leave me a lot of room. All right, I'm thinking maybe if I hang it first from the ooh, maybe not. Well, oh, I figured that would happen. I don't think that's right. Is it? It might not be. Those might actually go on the, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's not like we don't have a whole bunch more tractors we could look at. We're just too lazy. I really want to loosely put this in. And then get the bottom ones. I bet I need another boo-boo. Maybe not. I was gonna say, I wonder if I should have waited to tighten the end pieces to only got the oh, okay. Let's struggle. Oh, there's a hammerhead right here. And I don't mean a shark. Come on. Alright, there's one. Did this one magically line up yet? Look at that, friend. Look at that! I think those actually, I can't say that for sure, but for some reason I want to say those might have been fine threaded bolts originally on this part, like these two. I don't know. Also, I didn't get any lock washers, I guess. Why would I not do that? That's kind of dumb. Kind of. Well, let me get a lock washer or 4. And we will tighten this down for keeps. This part of the drawbar ain't the greatest, but it's better than nothing, which is what I had. So, but yeah, see, these are fine threaded. And I was thinking that they were, those 4 were fine threaded bolts, and maybe the top 2. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Not really. Just one of those details that you can get a fine threaded bolt tighter maybe. But I'm gonna get 4 lock washers, like I said, and then we'll try to tighten that up. Alright, I found some more stuff, so we're going to make this the best we can. I should have, well, it doesn't matter. I was going to say something else, but at this point, what difference does it make? Now, what I was going to say is whilst I'm here, I was going to tighten this seat down. I really need to not do that because whenever I get to the point of, like very soon, I need to, well, I'm doing too many things at once and my brain can't comprehend. I really need to take that transmission cover back off. I put it on there right away to make sure trash didn't fall in there. But I got to thinking about it, and I thought, you know, it sat for years with that off of there. I should probably go through there with a fine-tooth comb and make sure there's no bolts that got dropped down in there. Because that would certainly be a sad day if you did all this work and then punched a hole in it. Yeah, we don't want to ruin it after immediately bringing it back to life, you know. So a little bit of precaution would probably be a good idea. But if I can easily get those bolts in the seat, I'll go ahead and put them in and I'll just take them out again. Okay, come on. Come on, come on. Sure. All right, that is solidly on there, just the way it's supposed to be. Now, like I said, if I could get those couple bolts in that seat, I wouldn't be opposed to that, because I'm gonna forget about it and end up climbing on here and pulling it down on myself or something, pulling the other bolts out of the hole. So, okay, let's see if we can successfully do this, or if we're just gonna struggle, you know. We usually struggle, so I don't know why it would go any different today. Ooh, that's well, I'm going to take whatever side I can get first. So it may not be the side you're looking at. Maybe I should charge this battery. Or not. All right, so finally, is that cool enough now? Yeah. We really need to tap that center hole for the center cap before we're done. But we can put the steering wheel on first. Perhaps we should put on some of the gray stuff that makes it not stick. I don't know that this is the thing to do, but I'm going to. Because we'll probably be taking this off again. It sure would be nice to, you know, get that off again in one piece. We'll put the wheel on, but then see, I've cleverly made it where I can sit in the seat in a minute to work on the cap hole. So, put that on there. Much more better. We can steer. Need to tighten our dash up because it's loose, but that's one of those secondary problems that we're not concerned with right now. Right. I wonder if that was the size. No, it wasn't. That's okay. It was this one. Let's stop with that while we're still happy. First climb up. Sweet. Should have probably made sure that this seat was really safe for sitting, because I'm questioning that. But we need to tap that little very off-center hole so that we can put our bolt for our center cap in it. And if I do this right, I will have grabbed the wrong tap and die set. I grabbed the metric one. Guess what? That ain't metric. If I do this right, I will throw all of my taps on the ground. So perhaps I'll just let you hang out there a minute whilst I deal with this. I think it's this size, is it not? Looks kind of like that size. Let's get the tool. Let's get the magic spray. We're gonna hope that's the right size. I'm amazed that this is working as well as it is. Sometimes that's twisted off, like there's a bolt twisted off in it. And if I do this right, there'll be a tap twisted off in it in a minute. Sweet. We'll clean that up in a minute. If we can get it to the floor. Sure. I don't think that's bare. Is that bare metal? I hope not. All right. Look at how beautiful that is. I usually paint the centers green, so I'll have to get on that. I should have got some of the anti-seize on there, but I'll take it off again in the next few days and paint it green just for fun. I didn't bring the screwdriver over here, I guess. But look, she's coming together, friends. We got a steering wheel on it. We got almost all the sheet metal. We're waiting on that in the mail. Yeah, we got it where it'll steer from the seat again. This throttle will go up and down. We need to just do some more little making it better over time. That's a bad bracket, so I'll change that. I got some of them. And then the one on the back I think is excellent. And maybe that one on the front isn't the best. I might change it to another one too. And then we'll get different lights for it whenever that time comes. You know, we'll have her all tuned up. Won't it be sweet to see it run and know that we brought it back to life after it was left for dead so long. Yep, it steers really not bad for sitting still in one spot with a diesel motor sitting on it, but sure, I'm happy. So I think we're gonna call this one here while we're ahead. We added few little doodabs to it. I put this knob on probably off camera. I don't remember if I filmed that or not. But yeah, it goes in all the gears. It seems like it's on its way. I just realized that the gear shift pattern's missing, so I need to get one of those tags. Yeah, a few more little doodab parts and then we'll make this happen. But our big thing next is going to be, we're going to have to take the pump apart, make sure, well, unstick it probably because it's probably stuck, and get that all cleaned up, put that back together. I'll probably take the injectors out too and get them cleaned up. We'll get a head gasket, we'll bolt it together, and we'll see if we can make it run like it is. Because wouldn't that be cool? It's not going to be easy to start, and it'll smoke like a freight train, but hey friends, that's a start. And won't that be sweet to see it, you know, chugging away after sitting for so long. But we're gonna leave this one here, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.